Pastor Musa Cheple is one of a kind among the Pokot men, breaking the strict social barriers between the men and women in the deeply traditional Pokot community to seek out women suffering from obstetric fistula in Tiati. For more than a decade, Pastor Cheple has traveled across the vast East and West Pokot region to find women who have been isolated due to having obstetric fistula, a medical condition that results after having obstructed and prolonged labor, making the women experience urine and fecal incontinence. One of the causes of fistula in the region is female genital mutilation. And tonight, NTV's health and science reporter Bridget Ngana takes us to Tiati, where the efforts of Pastor Cheple are bearing fruits among the women folk, serving as a campaign against FGM and bringing medical care to getting those affected with fistula.
In Donyosas, Tiati, Baringo County, Pastor Musa Cheple leads us to the home of Cheposangei Lorepep, one of the first women he helped get a fistula surgery 13 years ago.
I gave birth to 6 children, lost one during childbirth. Every time I gave birth, the babies would tear me, and that's how I started leaking urine.
Lorepep saying she was ridiculed because of her situation, having kept the fistula to herself for nearly 2 decades, until Pastor Cheple convinced her to get free surgery at Cherengani Hospital in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County.
I used to isolate because I was emitting a foul smell and no one wanted to stay near me. When I met Pastor Cheple, I went to hospital and now I am okay.
A few kilometers away, Pastor Cheple leads us to another homestead where he helped Chepochepunyo Lopenyo also get reconstructive surgery. Here, the results of his work are evident, with Lopenyo now holding a young child in her arms.
My problem began after having my 4th child due to the scarring I had from having undergone FGM.
Lopenyo has since had 2 other children after her surgery, and she says she has made it her mission to educate her daughters so that they would not undergo FGM, which she believes was the cause of her fistula.
I have taken my daughters to school so that they do not have to go through FGM and early marriages.
Despite being an active anti-FGM campaigner in her community, Leah Sapan also kept the fact that she too suffered from fistula a secret for close to 40 years.
Sikutaka kwamba ati ninanuka. Nilijichunga kabisa. Nilichiweka kabisa. Hakuna mtu angenijua. Sasa mpaka sasa nikajua kwamba si utaenda mpaka kuna usee sasa kila kitu itanini. Ndio nikajipeleka sasa hospitali. Hata watoto wangu hawakujua kwamba niko na shida gani. Watu walistukia nikiwa hospitali. Sasa wakaniuliza ni nini ulienda huko, nikaambia nilipatikana na appendix. Sikuambia kitu.
For Leah, the stigma linked with having urine and fecal incontinence is what is keeping many women from seeking treatment.
Anakeketa msichana mpaka sasa mali basiri inakutana mpaka inapaki kitu kidogo, tundu kidogo namna hii. Wakati sasa anasaa, ukipata kwa hospitali utashangaa utasaidia namna gani. Ni mtu ambaye wako na akili ndio anaweza kusaidia. Hapo ndio sasa wakati anasaa ndio inakatwa mpaka mtu anang'ang'ana ili mtoto atoke, mpaka ndio unaona mali ba mkojo inatopoka ama inakutanishwa mali ba mkojo na choo. Hakuna mama anakubali kuambia niko namna hii mtu mwanaume. Hata sio ni watu ambao hawajasoma tena, anaona tu kama ni aibu nikisema mimi nimefanywa hivi, mimi niko na shida namna hii. Ile sasa anajilete ni ile inanuka kwa sababu mkojo inamwagika na mkojo anapita mguu. Hiyo peke yake.
In the decade he has worked here in TRT, Pastor Cheple says he has helped hundreds of women get reconstructive surgery, but it has not been an easy task for a community that still values practices like female genital mutilation and is deeply patriarchal.
Nataka kusaidia waponi awe wa mama wazuri waishi nyumba yao wakaishi na wazee wao vizuri. Tunaona yule mama ile ilipeleka, tunaona sasa wamebarikiwa na watoto na ilikuwa amesawika amewachwa. Tunaona ni kazi mzuri.
Musa says he does not approach the women directly but goes through proxies.
Mali wa mama nakaa naita moja kando na kuongeleza, naambia umeona mama ambaye iko ipi imekaa hivi inatoa magonjwa bila mara bila break, umeona watu. Akasema iko sasa, ananiambia hiyo poma, anaeleza mimi kwa hiyo poma. Sasa pia baada ya kunieleza ni poma plan, mimi naenda hiyo poma, anaenda kuita watu ya hiyo poma. Mmoja wao ambia nimepata ripoti ya kwamba na mtoto wenu kuna shida fulani, kama yuko kuna mali inaenda kusaidiwa.
With most of the women he has helped having gone through FGM, Musa says none of his daughters have undergone the practice.
Watu wangu wamekuwa watoto wa kanisa wanasoma. Sasa ile watoto naona vijana yetu ya kanisa wale kila wakati shule kifungwa inafanywa seminar. Punzwa wao wasichana. Punzwa hakuna kwenda kukatwa.
But FGM is still very much prevalent here.
Nikioa wanawake watatu. Hii mbili imetairiwa na nikioa hii kidogo hii ambayo haijatairiwa. Hao mama wanaita sorry. Jina yao. Nasema wewe ukikombana na yeye, yani wakati mmoja ukikombana na yeye nasema nani amefanyia nini, nani nimefanyia sorry yako. Sasa masarau hiyo ndio wasichana wanaona iwezi kuolewa kabla kutairiwa.
The World Health Organization defines obstetric fistula as an abnormal opening between a woman's genital tract and her urinary tract or rectum, and it affects between 50,000 to 100,000 women worldwide every year. More than 2 million women are estimated to be living with untreated obstetric fistula in Asia and sub-Saharan Africa. Preventing and managing obstetric fistula is a priority under the Sustainable Development Goal 3 of improving maternal health. And for Dr. Makilap Kamturkana, the medical superintendent at Chemolingot Sub-County Hospital, women who have undergone FGM are the ones who suffer from obstructed labor and obstetric fistula in Baringo County.
After FGM, there is a scarring of the reproductive system in that it will impede the passage of the baby. So some of the cases even involve my relatives. So I take it personally, and I really want to see that those mothers with fistulas are addressed in time and with good outcomes. We do handle those emergencies, but you find that sometime when the damage is done, when you do a cesarean section, that mother will eventually have a fistula, especially if the labor had taken a lot of time, more than 24 hours.
This year, Chemolingot Hospital conducted the first series of reconstructive surgeries to 16 women suffering from obstetric fistula through a partnership with visiting specialists.
A catheter, urinary catheter, is put in place for up to 14 days to a month. And then these mothers are advised not to engage in sexual activity for at least 3 months. So even that now we have to involve the husband also to be aware that in the care of these mothers, they should ensure that they do make sure that these mothers heal appropriately. We've trained CIPs both in TRT West and TRT East. We empower them with the knowledge about fistulas and how to approach or identify patients with fistulas and refer them to the hospital.
Most of the women Pastor Cheple has helped have had to travel out of Baringo for surgery, and he believes having surgeries done in Baringo County will make more women come out of hiding.
Wadadia watafute namna ya kutafuta madaktari ama wakuja afunze mtu ya kufunza ya madaktari wetu wale wako hapa jinsi ya kufanya operation hawa mama.
Culture runs deep here in Baringo County, and from the women we've spoken to about their experience with fistula, they say in one way or another it was linked with female genital mutilation, which is a form of gender-based violence. For Pastor Musa, he is just but one man with an entire region to cover, and the message he's carrying is to a population that has been stigmatized and discriminated for years on end. He hopes that he'll get the right support to get the message out there, and hopefully cases of fistula will decline in this county. Bridget Ghana, NTV, Baringo County.
Let's take another break. We're watching NTV tonight. We'll be back in a short while.